Hi, I'm Michael Ball, better known as Ballsy in the sporting world, and thanks for checking out our Top 50 CanWest show. This is week number 2, and if you're just checking us out for the first time, welcome. Here's how it goes. We polled anonymous coaches, players, and media from the CanWest Conference, and we came up with this list. Now, the beauty of lists, they're open to debate, so debate away. Before we get to week number 2, which will include 4 defenders and 2 offensive players, we got to go back to last week and check out how we got here.
Here with Huskies, the running back and kick returner, Josh Ewanchyna. How are you today, buddy?
Doing good, doing really good. Yourself?
Good. I was shocked. I thought you cut your hair.
Yeah, no, not for a while here. Still got it tied up in a bun.
Are you superstitious? Is that like a sign? Is that like Samson's strength for you, the long hair?
Honestly, starting to feel that way. I've been, it's getting a little bit more of a hassle to take care with on the day-to-day, but you know, I'm dealing with it till the football career's still going, so.
Gotta ride it up. What's the hardest part about having long hair?
Oh, definitely just the day-to-day. Usually have it tied up most of the time because it's such a hassle when it's down. Got long, curly, gets in knots and whatnot, so simple trick, just tie it up. You don't got to worry about it.
Is it hard to tie up? Because you see me, I have no hair. I'm father time's kicking my butt. So what about you? Is it hard to tie up?
Oh, no. But at this point, I'm pretty used to it, you could say.
How many years for the long hair?
Oh, I got to say it's about 6 years now. So.
What made you decide to go that route? And is it hard to put your helmet on?
Back in high school, grade 11, I was just talking with some buddies and my hair was at like a medium range length. And then everyone was like, you know what? You look pretty decent with a man bun. So I said, all right, I'll grow it out. And that's kind of the story behind that. And definitely a little bit of an issue, putting on the bucket and whatnot, you know, hair flying in your face. So around playoff time, I'll usually get those guys braided up into some cornrows or something. And
that's funny. Yeah. So you just went like him from the Hilltops to the U of S Huskies. Did you think about going anywhere else? Because you knew coming in there that you probably would have to wait, and you don't seem like the waiting type. So why did you choose the Huskies?
Yeah, I definitely had a couple options coming out of high school, and then didn't know what I wanted to take in school right away. So I went to the junior route, and then coming from junior to CIS, still had a couple doors open, and had a lot of talks, had a couple one-on-one talks, even like with Adam and a couple of the players and the coaches. And the depth chart at that point wasn't too long. And even if there were a couple of guys in front of me, I looked at it as being a running back. I mean, you never know what can happen with injuries and playing time, and you can have both of us on the same field at once. So I wasn't too concerned about playing time and how that was going to work out for me. I just knew that I was going to have to battle my way there, just like any other team. So.
Well, I know your coach had said that you were coming into your first year with them, that you were the best player in USPORTS football, that the best player in Canada that wasn't playing USPORTS football, which is a nice compliment. You know, and I don't want to call you a backup, but you're the best 1B back in the league. How do you feel about that tandem, you and him, though? It's like hammer and sickle. Like, you guys, do you feel like you play the same type style?
That's the best part about me and Adam is we are 2 totally different running backs. From the way he runs to the way I run to our physical appearance to everything. So I think we complement each other great. I feel like having both of us out on the field is a great opportunity for us. Yeah. If I were to have it my way, I'd throw us both out there every play, you know, because I know we're both hungry to play. We both know what we're able to do. So yeah, no, I've got nothing bad to say about the whole situation.
Yeah. So coach has been talking about, because I try to pick his brain. He is looking, and you know more than me, at putting both of you on the field. If that is to happen, what do you need to do better in your game to be a more consistent weapon? What do you think you need to do? Is it catching the ball? What route running, something like that?
Yeah, I'll definitely say route running would be at the top of the list. Just like play concepts, knowing what everybody's doing. Up until coming to CIS, I've been mainly focused on like knowing what I'm supposed to do and not too conscious of what everyone else is doing. But coming here, it's if I want to get on the field, I got to know what I'm doing and what everyone else is doing, so I can get myself open and create the best opportunity for myself. So I think I got pretty decent hands. I can catch the ball. I think for me, it'll just be my knowledge of the game and getting out there and knowing everything so I can get on the field sooner.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I talked to John Chick, the former rider, a while ago, and he said he spent his whole life only worrying about his own, like he likes the game of football, but he was never too much of a student of the game. He was a student of his area, like 5 feet by 5 feet. That's what he paid attention to. Is that a lot like your? And I bet you there are more guys like that they, you know, I know this gap, and I know this gap, and I know I do this on this play, but you don't really know what everybody else is doing or really have time to care.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I feel like coming to the Huskies here, they really opened my eyes and made me understand that I need to know more. For me to be on the field and for me to do my best, I got to understand, because there's in the CIS, there's a lot more different fronts I'm going to be seeing, different defenses I'm going to have to be reading and whatnot. And our play will change just by the defense looking different. So I got to know what I'm doing at all times. So definitely more on the mental side of things coming to the CIS than anything.
Was that the biggest, that was the biggest adjustment for you?
I would have to say so, yes. Yeah, I mean, the physicality, conditioning, and playing ball, I feel like I kept up to those standards. But it was definitely the knowledge of the game, the plays and everything, and how they run things was the biggest adjustment for me.
Do you think we'll see a lot more of you running back kicks and doing a lot of special teams work? I know they had you doing that too. They were kind of moving you in there because they got to get you on the field somehow. And that's just kind of like being a running back, only you get a running start, right, when you're returning kicks.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love returning kicks, returning balls. It's fun. You have that time to catch the ball and see everything in front of you. So if they're willing to throw me back there, I'm willing to run some balls back as long as I can get on the field, you know, because when my last year that I played there, I was hit with injuries from head to toe, basically started at the ankle, moved all the way up to the head. So, and then ended up having surgery in between. So there's a lot going on. So I feel like, you know, it take away a lot of those injuries, and there'll be a lot more opportunity that I could have had. But that's football, right? Just that kind of thing happens. So we gotta rebuild and come back a little bit better.
I'll ask Adam this and other running backs this in this countdown, but do you regret being a running back? Because it is a tough position. Like, it's a car accident every time you touch the ball. It's not a friendly position, and one with a very short shelf life. Do you regret it at all?
I can't say I do. The amount we get to touch the ball, the amount we're on the field, it's a pretty hard-nosed position, and I couldn't see myself playing anywhere else. As much as there is hitting and banging and hurting and being sore, you kind of love it. You know, you get that adrenaline rush. You like running into guys no matter how the size, and I think that's just built into me mentally.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be running back for no money, man. So I got a lot of credit to you. But as you get older, here's one thing for you. As you get older, are you doing a better job of taking care of your body? Because a lot of guys don't take care of their body, and it catches up with them. Even at a young age, like I know you're in your early 20s, but you're playing a demanding sport at a demanding position. You got to look after your body. Are you better at that? Have you always been good at it?
You know, I definitely wasn't as good in the beginning. You know, I'd stretch before and after, and, you know, do the basics. But now I see myself going to physio once a week or twice a week, even like just for regular maintenance, just from working out and going to runs, because my body is kind of taking a toll. So things are just naturally getting more sore as I'm getting older. And yeah, definitely just being at home, rolling out more, getting one of those massage guns on you at all times. Because now I know what it feels like to feel good and to feel normal, rather than having a football season right around the corner. Yeah. So it's a little bit easier to pick out those nicks and bangs. But yeah, definitely way better at this point in life.
Okay, a couple more quick questions for you, Josh. You're a student athlete. First part of the two-part question: what are you taking? And what's the toughest part for you being a student athlete? Because a lot of people, unless they have a kid going through it or they're going through it themselves, they don't realize what a grind it is to be a student athlete. It's not a cakewalk. So two-part question: what are you taking? What's the toughest part for you?
Second year art and science right now. And gotta say the biggest The biggest struggle for me, I gotta say, coming into school is just the unknown. I'm the first one in my family that's kind of taken the university route, so I never really had anything to back up on, like any advice in that sense. So me asking adults and friends, hearing all the advice only does it so little justice compared to actually going through it and understanding the workload that is there. And from a football schedule to having meetings, lifts, practice, and then a school schedule on top of that was definitely a big turnaround. Just time management was one of the biggest things I had to learn, because you'll learn sooner than later that you can't leave anything. If you're not doing anything, you should be, because there's always something to do.
That's a very good point. I like the way you put that. Okay, lastly, what's your goal? I've been asking a lot of guys, what's your own goal? Don't tell me Vanier Cup, don't tell me Hardy Cup, because we know that's what it is. You're a good team guy. Most of the guys, if you're on this list, you're a good dude, you get it. But what is your goal, Josh, for the season?
My goal for the season, well, one, for school, I wanna come out of here with a degree.
Good.
And two, like I'm trying to be the best football player I can possible. As you get older, you realize how little time you have here. So I want to have fun with the guys. I want to win games with the guys, and hopefully, get the opportunity to play at the next level. That's my biggest goals playing here. So on top of the Vanny, on top of winning with the guys, those would be kind of my personal goals.
That's the last thing I'll mention. It's funny, hey, when you're in it, you don't really see the forest for the trees, but time flies, doesn't it?
It is. It's unreal just to even go through my first couple of years and realize, like, we're already here, and I only got a couple more years left. So got to make the most of them and enjoy those little moments.
Hey, bud, thanks for this. I appreciate it. Love watching you play. Can't wait to see you on the field more this year. And let's hope we see everybody on the field. That's what we're hoping for, right?
Exactly. I appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
Diego, give me the correct pronunciation of your name.
Well, it's actually, I have 4 names. My complete name is Diego Fernando Alatorre Montoya. Yeah,
okay. So, is there a little background behind that name? Like, can you give us a little history on the 4 names?
Well, in Mexico and in Latin American countries, usually there's like 2 last names per person. You have one last name from your father and one from your mother. So Alatorre is from my dad, Montoya from my mom. That's how it is. So different from Canada.
So where are you from in Mexico, big man?
Well, I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. Is the second biggest city in the country. Big city. I think there are like 5 million people, quite a bit of people. So like a city like Vancouver isn't overwhelming for you. How did you end up in BC, Diego? Back in the day, in 2016, I was still not in UBC, but I was participating in a international tournament. I was representing Team Mexico, and we played against Team Canada. Coach Paul Oracieri, he used to be an assistant coach for UBC. He was coaching for Team Canada. He liked the way I played, so he invited me to join the Thunderbirds, and I was lucky enough to catch his eye, and thankfully, everything turned out fine, and I'm here almost done with university and my eligibility. So very lucky.
So what was the culture shock like coming from Mexico to BC?
Oh, well, it was, first language, obviously the easiest answer, like, because I have learned English my entire life, but it's not the same class English and as actual English, as living in an English speaking country, like, it's completely different. It was a bit hard for me to communicate at first, but thankfully, everybody in the team and around here and has been very supportive and yeah, it's been nothing but a great experience. Just overall, best decision of my life coming here to UBC and to Canada. beautiful country, and looking forward to stay here.
Are you good? Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you plan to set up roots here and stay in Canada?
Yeah, honestly, like it's one of my goals to graduate and to live here the rest of my life. It's just more opportunities here and a better place to live, better life quality. So
yeah. Did you have any family come up and watch you play football while you've been? I mean, obviously the pandemic hit, so nobody could do anything. But before that, did you have the family come up and watch you play, or anybody come watch you play or follow your exploits here in Canada?
Yeah, my parents have come twice to watch me play homecoming. So yeah, living here a few times and been great.
Besides the people always say that Canadian people are the best. But besides that, what's your favorite thing about living here?
Oh, well, that's I say there's more opportunities overall to like an education, obviously.
Yeah.
But
do you feel safer in Canada, Diego?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere even here in Canada, there are some places that you don't want to go, but I feel mostly safe here in comparison to some places or the city where I'm from. Like it's not as bad, but I just feel safer, and it's just a better country. Like overall, like I love my country, I love where I'm from, but it's just like the best country.
Was it a way out for you? Like was it a, like it was a good opportunity you talked about, but did you have a rough life there in Mexico? Was this kind of your way out? Did your family kind of say, hey, you got to take this opportunity?
Not really. Like I've had a good life there, but overall there's just more opportunities here, and there I can do. Well, my dream is to play professional football, and there's a league in Mexico, a professional football league, but really you can't live a life just playing in that league. So obviously coming here.
So that is a goal. That is a goal of yours, Diego, to play professional football. How do you feel about your chances with regards to doing that?
Well, I've been working hard and lifting weights, running, learning film. I play tackle guard. I'm learning how to snap. So I'm just preparing myself to the best of my ability to hopefully get an opportunity. And I think I can get an opportunity if I keep doing that. And
I wonder, Diego, would you be classified as a Canadian player if you went to the CFL, or would you be classified as a global player, because we have global players on the rosters now? Do you know what your classification would be?
I'm pretty sure I'll be classified as a Canadian, because in order to classify as a Canadian, you have to graduate as an international student. So the plan is to graduate in April next year. So I'll be considered a Canadian for next year's draft, and hopefully get more opportunities to be in the CFL.
How big are you, Diego?
I'm 6'3", 305, around 305. So.
What's your best quality besides size? Because you can't teach size, but what's your best quality as a football player, do you think? What's the most positive thing you bring to the field?
I think I'm very versatile. Like I can play anywhere in line of scrimmage, right tackle, left guard, right guard. I haven't played center yet, but I'm learning how to snap. So if you want me to play center, I'll play center, so I can play everywhere.
Yeah. Who helped you with the English? Because like you talked, English would be tough. You're in a new country. You're trying to find your way around as a student athlete. You're trying to do well in the classroom. We'll get to that in a minute. And you're trying to communicate on an offensive line in 3-down football. So who helped you with all that? Because your head would be swimming.
Well, it's overall my teammates and the coaching staff, the staff here, because a lot of times I was like answering, like asking questions like, hey, what does this mean? Like what does it mean like that? They explained to me. So obviously it's not perfect right now, but it was way worse when I first got here. So just asking questions, that's how you learn, I guess.
You're doing well. Doing real well. I'm impressed. So what do you take in school, Diego?
I'm taking economics. Yeah.
Okay. And so what's your goal? What's your goal? What kind of job are you looking for after football doesn't work out, or even if it does work out, you know that you're still going to have a whole life to lead. So what do you plan? What kind of field are you planning to use that degree in?
Well, honestly, probably getting the financial market, that'd be interesting. But I know some even some CFR players like Kirby Fabian. He's ex CFL player. Coach Neil, my head coach, coached him back when he was back in Calgary. Yeah. He's in the financial market. He studied economics too, so I know it's possible. And you make connections in university and even in the CFL, right? So I'm pretty sure I can get it done. So
are you a good cook? Can you cook up any good Mexican dishes?
I wish. I don't cook. I just eat. I'm not really that great of a cooker. Chef. But,
what's your favorite dish that you've had since you've been in Canada?
Well, I don't know. Like, when I first got here, I tried poutine. I know that's Canadian.
That's always good. You have a favorite North American TV show or North American music you like since you've been here? Well, North American, you're North American, but you know what I mean. Canadian, like you're over here in our culture. Is there favorite music or TV show you like to watch or anything like that?
I don't have anything in mind. Like, well, I know there's this really famous rapper Drake. He's from Canada, so The Weeknd too. He's a R&B singer. Yeah, really famous. I like them. Like
you like them, eh? What's a game day look for you? What does it look like for you? Like what time do you get up? What do you eat? Take us through a Diego game day for us.
Well, I try to get at least 8.5 hours sleep to 9 hours more or less. Usually 9 hours just to get some good rest, stay hydrated, just wake up, have breakfast.
Yeah. What do you have for breakfast?
Well, it's usually some eggs and some vegetables too. And it just depends if we play outside. If we play
at home or on the road. Yeah,
on the road. And if not, just whatever is on the road, like whatever they give us. But
what's your favorite road city to play in? Like you like playing in BC, obviously, but where do you like to travel to here in Canada when you're playing? What's your favorite stadium to go to besides your own?
Well, actually, Regina, they have a really, really nice stadium. I know it's kind of new, so my first ever game in Canada West, well, regular season game, was in Regina. We played at the stadium. It was an amazing experience for me, just watching, like, being in the locker rooms and seeing like an actual professional football field. That was really good. And I think they have the best stadium, honestly,
that you've seen. Yeah. So let me ask you, what Mexico, soccer's big there. There are other sports that are bigger besides football. When did you start playing football, and what turned you on to the sport of football? Why did you choose our version of football, so to speak?
Well, I started to play football when I was 13.
Okay, yeah.
So almost 10 years ago, or 10 years ago, I would say. I choose this sport, like Canadian football, because it was a challenge, because I know that it's not the same as American, and also the level of competition and the athletes. Yeah, the level of preparation is better than Mexico, right? So it's better sport here. It's better to play football here, I guess, than in Mexico. Although Mexico is still pretty good, but Canada is on a higher level.
Do you like our 3-down game? Do you like our wacky rules and all those crazy rules we got?
It's it's. I mean, as an offensive lineman, it's not that big of a difference. Also, like that 1 yard line, and we have to pass more the ball because only 2 downs or 3 downs, I should say. But like my first year, I didn't get the special teams rules. Thankfully, I wasn't playing special teams, but apparently you can like punt the ball back to the punting team. Like, that was like, I couldn't get
comprehended. Yeah,
but now I'm pretty used to it, and so just I think especially on special teams is pretty unique, and I like that too.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for guesting with us. Congratulations on making our list. And let me tell you something, man. As a guy that's tried to speak English all my life, you're doing a really good job. So keep it up, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Here with Regina Rams linebacker Robbie Lowe's and Winnipeg Blue Bomber Robbie Lowe's, talking just after the draft. So tell us about your draft night. How did you find out you got drafted? Some guys tell me it's a pretty weird process if you don't go in the first 2 televised rounds.
Yeah, I was just like sitting there at home, and I thought I was gonna get like a call like maybe before the pick. But it was somebody, like I saw them, they're just all Snapchatting me like in a row, like came real quick. And then I checked the Score app and I saw my name pop up with Winnipeg decided, so I was pretty happy. And then my agent called me, and shortly after Coach O'Shea called me. And from there it was just all smiles.
Yeah, so like it is kind of weird because like in the NFL, when you watch the NFL draft, it's like you get a call from Buffalo or whatever. Hey, ready to be a Bill, ready to be a Packer, ready to be a Rider, ready to be a Bomber, and you didn't get. It is kind of a weird process, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was like kind of watching it. So like when I'd see a team go on the clock, if I didn't get like a call there, I was just assuming that like they're picking somebody else because. I just thought that like with the speed of how like the rounds kind of 3 to 6 go, it's a lot quicker, obviously, than those first 2 rounds. So, I just thought that, it'd be on to like the next pick type of thing. But, I was beyond happy when I saw Winnipeg select me. Your
dad used some of that sweet Vegas Golden Knights money to give you guys some high-speed internet so you could actually get the pick faster than maybe before, right? That cheapskate.
Yeah. I mean, we got to talk to him. I mean, we got to sacrifice a few things. So, we got to get internet now, but now the thermostat has to be set low. So, you sacrifice one thing for another.
He's a hockey dude. How does he like his son being a football guy? Is he into it? Does he follow the game? Does he like the game?
Oh, yeah, I think he loves it. I think the big thing for him is he gets to watch it as more of a fan. Obviously he's always going to have that, scouting perspective, just doesn't matter what sport you watch, but it's nice that he can watch it in more of I wouldn't say casual, but
a parent.
Yeah, right. He gets to watch it as a parent, whereas like I remember growing up playing hockey, even if I was in Pee Wee or something, you can't really turn it off, right? You're still watching it through a great hockey mind, whereas like football, he gets to just enjoy the game a little more, I think.
Your mom excited?
Oh yeah, she was super happy. She was getting. I think she might have got more calls than me.
Did your phone blow up after you made it?
Yeah, it was going crazy. So I tell you, it was pretty much just like 2 hours after there. I was just sitting on the couch and I was trying to respond to as many people as I could, answer the calls. And not just like a simple message. I want to say thank you. Ask how other people are doing. Ask how their families were. So. After about 2 hours though, I went in over to Kyle Boris's house, and obviously we were pretty happy. His family was over there, so we got to celebrate it together that night, and I think that's pretty special.
Yeah, how cool is it now? He tells me you're the one that's going to be driving to Winnipeg and he's working the aux cord. That's what he said. Do you agree with that?
I agree with the fact that I'm driving, but as far as the aux cord goes, I mean, I don't know if he can be trusted. He's still playing the same music that he was playing at the start of the pandemic when we were working out at my house. So, I mean, I've heard it all. Yeah. I mean, maybe if he takes the next few months to update his playlist.
What does he listen to? What does he listen to? He looks like a country guy to me.
Okay, he does like country, but I think he has the same 10 kind of rap songs that he plays over and over again. So, I mean, it's a quick drive. So, if he has to, if he has to play on the aux cord, you know, I can make that sacrifice for him.
So it could be weird, depending if you make the roster or whatever, to be on the other side. I said this to him: what happens if you're on the Bomber side for a Labor Day game? Might be the first game of the season, and Lowe's, you suck, Lowe's, right at Mosaic Stadium. What will that feel like?
I think it'd feel awesome. I think I'm ready to play in front of like the big crowds, and I think Winnipeg, they have a pretty awesome fan base, as do the Riders. I mean, you see how the Labor Day Classic, the Banjo Bowl games, you know, that rival. I grew up watching it, but you know, I'm excited to be in blue and gold, and hopefully we see a few blue and gold jerseys in Pill Country. You know, our friends watching us, and hopefully we can turn some of those Rider fans into Bombers fans.
One thing I think might work in your advantage, and you can say yes or no to this, you went to camp with the Riders in the Chris Jones regime. In fact, Coach Dickey said to me, I thought I recognized that Lowe's kid from somewhere. I can't remember if it was camp or a Ramsey game, but anyway, you went to camp with the Riders as a junior guy with the Thunder. How much do you think that'll help you kind of acclimatize yourself to what'll be a fast training camp because of the sped up year?
I think that type of experience is invaluable. Like just the whole process of it. I know I was talking to Coach McConkey, and he's like, you know, the training camps, they're long days. You know, you're on the university campus and stuff like that. And I told him, I was like, I know, I went through it. So I think, you know, being away from home, just to kind of have an idea of the whole process of it. You know, I know it's a different team, but still to have gone through it before. I think it's, you know, it's just a huge thing that works in my favor as I'm trying to make a team. And I think, you know, to go in mentally prepared, I mean, that's just another thing that can help. You know, you don't have to worry about what's to come. You know, I kind of have that idea already of what's going to be like.
And Mike O'Shea, when he played, very talented, but on the edge. Like he'd go up into the stands and steal $5 from his mom if it meant winning the game. And that's what I feel Robbie Lowe's would do. Not that Shelley should be worried in the stands, but that's how I feel you play the game. Like you push the envelope and then sometimes go over the cliff, but then come back. That's kind of how you play. That's kind of how he played at times.
Yeah, I think you kind of need to be on that edge, right? As you're fighting for a job, you know, you're there to compete. Mm-hmm. And I think that mentality, I think they saw that in my game film. And, you know, they call it Winnipeg guys. I think they found pretty quick just talking to me, watching film, that I was a Winnipeg guy and I fit their philosophy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm excited to go, you know, somewhere that they already know that about me. So mm-hmm. The expectations are high, but I'd have them no other way.
I understand you bought a home gym through this pandemic at your house, and Borsa came over and used it. Did Borsa help you set it up, or was it just you being a good guy? Because he said you're a pretty good teammate to invite him over. But did he help you set it up, or was it all you?
Well, it was kind of all me because like the pandemic thing. So it's kind of funny. Before it happened, I remember being in like the weight room at the university, and I was telling the guys, I was like, yeah, like it's coming. And like a lot of people hadn't really like, you know, done a lot of like research into it. And, you know, I've been following it and stuff. So when the university closed down, I know they were saying at first, you know, they're going to reevaluate in a week. But like that first day I went to Flaman's with my dad, and we literally bought like all the equipment we could buy. So I think we got like close to 500 pounds in like free weights, like dumbbells up to 90 pounds. We got like chin-up bar. We got pretty much everything you need here. And
you got in before the prices went crazy too, I bet, right? Because the prices went crazy.
2 days later, everything sold out. So I set that up. So it started with me, Josh White, and Kyle Borsa working out here.
Yeah.
And, you know, just, you know, Kyle would be coming over every day. And as we'd need something else, like it was easier to get the accessory stuff, but you couldn't find like plates, right? You couldn't find like the main stuff you'd need. So you just kept building to it. And I think we kind of pushed each other to a different level over that pandemic, right? Yeah. Because, you know, it was just us and a guy like Kyle. Like, I think we complement each other pretty well, the way we, you know, our strengths and weaknesses maybe. So we push each other in great ways. And I think it showed throughout like the combine process and the draft process.
Couple more quick questions for you. What do you think of your team, the Rams, this year, getting on the field? A 6-game schedule. Looks like you play everybody once and then the Bisons twice, the Manitoba team, which is kind of ironic. So if you don't stick with the Blue Bombers, you'll have a chance to prove your wares here. What do you think of the Rams' chances coming up here in 2021?
I think that the Rams should be, listed with the top groups, not just in the CanWest, but in the nation. I think, I listened to Coach McConkey talk about it on the podcast the other day. A lot of the good players are kind of going into that year 2 to 4 range. They got some good fifth years as well. Mm-hmm. And I think that, we're no longer a younger team, right? Like at first maybe, but now you got all these guys that, they played, the Jackson Ford, the Ryder Vargas, the Bennett Stusick, Donnelly has a year under his belt. All these guys got experience now, so there's no excuses. And I think we're ready to take that next step and be a dominant team and, host a home playoff game, win playoff games, win a Hardy Cup, do all those things. I don't think those expectations are outlandish. I think those are really what the team is able to accomplish, and I think that's going to show next year.
So somebody not on your team in the CanWest, who do you enjoy watching? A player that's not on your team from one of the other teams? Never said you like them. I just said you have respect for them and you don't mind watching them.
I think the guy that stuck out to me right off the bat in the 2019 season is Carter O'Donnell, the old lineman from U of A. Because I'm watching film. I'm mostly just watching the offensive players I'm paying more attention to. Yeah. Obviously, I see as they're playing the defense, but that was a guy who his athleticism just popped off the tape. I remember, I wasn't even when I turned on a Golden Bears game, I wasn't even necessarily watching him on the first play, and I was I thought he was a tight end the way he was moving. You can see why he signed an NFL contract. He's big, he's mean, and he was just an impressive player all around. So for sure.
And one more, where do you like to play besides Mosaic? On the road, where's your favorite place to go play a game in the CanWest?
I think a really cool experience we had was going to UBC in 2019.
Yeah.
They got a really cool stadium down there. It's kind of on their campus and stuff. And
it's kind of beautiful. It's kind of beautifully dumpy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's, I wouldn't say it's maybe the nicest infrastructure, but just the whole area is nice. Mm-hmm. And you're playing at BC, sunset's coming down, you're there on a Friday night, you got that warm breeze. Yeah. They got a pretty good turnout. I've only played there once, so I don't know consistently what their turnout is, but we were beating them pretty bad. So by the fourth quarter, a lot of people were leaving, but the whole experience there was pretty cool.
I'm going to put you on the spot. I keep saying last one, but I like talking to you. Okay, so give me, Lowe's isn't on the back of the jersey. What's the warning label on the back of the jersey? Robbie Lowe's warning label, what would it be?
I think proceed with caution. I think that would have to be the one, right?
I like that. Proceed with caution.
You said it yourself. Sometimes, playing on that edge, I'm not I've taken some penalties in the past. I don't have to tell you, you watched all the games. But I think overall, I try not to hurt the team, but, playing on that edge, sometimes, you do cross the line a little bit, but, I think I've been better at making sure I'm as close to that edge as possible without going past it.
I always say about you what I always said about Tyron Brackenridge of the Riders. He's now an Argos coach. You don't care about your body, so why would you care about somebody else's body? That's how you play. You know what I mean? You throw your body in like a torpedo, so you expect some friendly fire, so to speak.
Absolutely, and I think that just comes down to it. You expect it's kind of a war of attrition out there. I wouldn't say I'm trying to injure guys out there. I never want to see an injury happen, but of course I'm trying to make people hurt. I want them to feel pain when I hit them. I want to wear them down. Yeah. I think that benefits our team. Over a 4-quarter game, over a season, those hits add up, and I think at the next level, as I get an opportunity to work my way onto special team spots, I think that mentality really benefits me going on to a special teams unit and stuff, because that's the exact type of mentality you need. And that was Coach O'Shea says, you can really tell how much a player loves the game by the effort they give on special teams. So
Good point. Good point. Hey, speaking of Winnipeg, I look over your left shoulder. To my right, I see a bunch of hangers. Looks like you're already packed and ready to go to Winnipeg. So.
This is actually I'm in the weight room right now.
Are you?
So
Show me. Show us. Show us. Yeah.
We kind of got this right here.
Yeah.
Got some dumbbells over here. More the weights and stuff right there. Yeah, all this stuff. So just finished the workouts.
Where is this in your house?
It's right beside my room. So.
Oh, okay.
It's it used to be my sister's room.
Okay.
And then she moved out, and then. So.
Awesome.
It's.
Thanks for the tour, man. That's Robbie Lowe's with his Cribs edition there, showing us his place. Thanks, man. Best of luck in Winnipeg or in Regina with the Rams, and congratulations being on our list, the top 50 CanWest list.
Thank you.
All right, here with Husky safety Josh Hagerty. Move your head there. Is that the Blue Jays thing behind there? Are you a big Blue Jays guy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, new Blue Jays fan.
Yeah, a new Blue Jays fan?
Yeah, I used to be a Yankees fan, but might have to switch now.
Oh, because of the Argos, that's why.
Yeah, I got cheer for home team now.
Look at you changing things over. So you're now you've changed. Who would have been your Yankees guy? Who's your Yankees player that you like?
I always liked A-Rod and Derek Jeter, and like Rivera too. Like those are the kind of guys that I grew up watching and stuff. So I kind of liked them back in the day.
So now it's Bo Bichette and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. They've replaced A-Rod and Jeter, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to become more familiar with their roster if I'm gonna be a fan now because they keep changing. But yeah. So
besides your dad, Jeff, who is the football guy you looked up to growing up?
Yeah, mostly my dad for sure. He's a big influence on me for football. Always aspired to be like him and stuff when I grew up. Some other players that I liked was like Peyton Manning, which is great for him, and it worked out well that he came to my favorite team, the Broncos, and I became an even bigger fan of his. And then some other guys were like Champ Bailey, another great DB for the Broncos. I grew up idolizing him. Brian Dawkins, Troy Polamalu for their like hard physical play. And then a guy like Ed Reed too. All of the elite safeties in the game that I like to idolize my game after, and I grew up watching. So just some of my favorite guys.
Are you a CFL guy? Do you like the CFL? I mean, you're gonna maybe be playing in it, but do you like the Canadian Football League?
Oh yeah, I love it. I've been a huge fan of the game since I've been a little kid. My dad's taken me so many Rider games growing up, and I've loved the game for since I started going to them. I just love the Canadian game. It's so much so interesting to watch and stuff. I find that it flows a lot better than the American game even. I just love the CFL game, and I've been following the players and the teams pretty diligently the last like 15 years or so.
I see your left bicep. There's a tattoo. Is that a sleeve or is that just one tattoo?
Yeah, I got like a half sleeve, the gladiator, and then got some other stuff on the arm and stuff. Okay. Trying to like finish into a full sleeve.
Any significance behind those tattoos?
The gladiator more so represents like strength and honor and just being strong and resilient to stuff, and just being tough and stuff. Is they do whatever they have to do to give their lives for what they love the most. So just that toughness and that be a warrior mentality and stuff. That's kind of why I liked it too. And I'm a huge history fan.
24. I see you got a couple of jerseys, green and white, white and green. Is 24 have a significance for you? Why did you pick that number?
Actually, 27 more have a significance for me. It was the number that my dad played as when he was playing Rams and stuff. And then that was my first number that I played football with on the Adam Gators. Then I continued that on throughout high school. It was 27. And then the first time I wore 24 was actually for Team Sask. I don't think 27 was available or someone had it. So I was given 24, and it was a really good DB number. There's a lot of guys I grew up watching that had 24 that I liked, including Champ Bailey, who I mentioned. So I kind of rolled with that one. And then Team Canada was assigned number 24 as well. So just kind of started to make that my new number. And then when I got to U of S, a senior had the number 27, so then 24 is available. So I just stuck with that one because it was my kind of new number. And I'm just kind of rocking with it since.
Awesome, man.
So let's talk about getting drafted. What was that night like for you? Obviously, you didn't get drafted in the televised rounds. So I think I saw some social media stuff. You had a big screen on there and obviously the phone or the computer hooked up into it. What was that night like for you at home?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a very long night waiting for my name to be called. Draft took it felt like forever, but it was fun. I was able to spend it with some family, and we watched the first 2 rounds on TV, and then had the draft tracker going on the computer after that. It was just a crazy draft. You never know what's going to happen, where who's going to take who, and where guys are going to go. So you can't really predict like what's going to really happen. You don't know if you're going to get drafted in the 2nd, 3rd round or the 6th round or not drafted at all. So it's just kind of like anxiousness, waiting for your name to be called or waiting to get that phone call. But once I heard from my agent and then I heard from Josh Bell, the DB coach, and it's just a dream come true. And I was just elated after that. It was amazing. Best experience ever.
Yeah, no kidding, man. That is upset. Yeah, I saw a little snippet of you and Bell talking. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome for him to give me a call right away and stuff. We got a good relationship already, and it's just going to get stronger. And so, super thrilled to be working with him and the rest of the coaches.
Did you you signed the contract? What was that like? Did you have to pinch yourself?
That was probably when it kicked in the most, honestly, is just seeing those kind of numbers written down and stuff, and seeing a formal contract with my name on it and stuff. And it was like, this is the moment that I kind of become a professional football player, and it's just one step closer to achieving my dream that I've wanted to do for so long, to become a pro football player. So it was awesome moment to do. It was crazy.
Like so many guys, this could be a win-win for you. Now, if you don't make the Argos this go round, and maybe it doesn't have to do with your talent, because it's going to be we don't know how long the CFL season is going to be, but we do know it's going to be shortened. We do know training camp won't be like normal, probably no preseason. So it'll be tough for a guy like you, even the 2020 class, to make the team, because they got to do it on the fly. So if you don't make the Argos, you still have an opportunity to come back and play Huskies for a very good Huskies team. So do you see it like you're kind of in a win-win situation?
Yeah, for sure. Either way is a great opportunity, I feel, for myself. It is a different off season for sure, in a shortened fall camp and in no exhibition games. So it's just less opportunities and less reps to try and make the team. So you got to just do everything you can, every single rep. And I'm going to go out there and try my hardest to make the team. That's the goal right now. If they decide to send me back, if they feel that that's the best thing for myself and for the team, then I'm happy to do that. And either way, I think it's a good decision. If I go back, I feel like we have an outstanding team and one of the best teams in the country, honestly, right now, to compete for a Vanier. So that'd be a pretty special thing to do with those guys one last time. But if I get an opportunity to stay on the active roster too, then that is a dream come true, that I would be more than happy to step into that role if I had the opportunity.
So this is a CanWest show, so I'm just going to concentrate on that for a second. If you do go back, will you play safety, or do you think you'll play more halfback? Because I know they were kind of, in 2020, when you didn't play, they were kind of massaging you in there at halfback too. So do you think you'll get more reps there?
I guess we'll have to see what kind of happens throughout the summer and stuff in fall camp. But I feel like that I bring the best and the most value to our team as a safety. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's where I'm strongest. I just have the most experience playing there, and I'm most comfortable there. Not saying that I can't play boundary half. I feel like I did very well at it in 2020, and I could step in and play and be a successful halfback in the CanWest. But just thinking for the betterment of our team, I think I'm a better safety than I would be halfback. And now, as far as like how my role is as safety this year, I'm not sure if it'll be the same as in the past years, or if I'll have an increased role in the box or coming down more so. Not sure how that would look, but I feel like it could be a lot more versatile of a safety this year too.
One last question for you. So I don't know how much your mom, Tammy, critiques your game, but she's got great hair. Does she critique your hair? Like, turn your hair, show the folks your hair there, okay? Yeah. Like, does she take it out there? I want to see that hair. I got to see that hair, Josh. So yeah, look at that. That doesn't come from Dad Jeff. That comes from Mom Tammy. No. So does Mom critique your hair?
She likes it. My dad always gives me a hard time about cutting it, but my mom likes it. I feel like it's part of my character now, kind of. I feel like that's how she sees me on the field. She can always easily spot me out by my long hair. So I feel like I can't cut it now. I don't think I'll be recognizable.
And a good gladiator needs long hair, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations on a great career so far. Really looking forward to you to playing football either in the Boatman blue or green and white, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it a lot.
Pleased to be joined now by Cole Adamson of the Manitoba Bisons. Is that COVID hair?
It is my COVID hair, yeah. Pretty much got it cut right before the pandemic started, like in March, and then I've just been growing it since and thought, why not?
So let me ask you a question. You're still an engineering student, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So that is tough to be an engineering student and a football player, because I've talked to other guys. Time management's a key. So have you, in this time where you haven't been playing football, have you really kind of taken a step back at times and said, wow, how do I do both?
Yeah, honestly, like thinking back, it's just like, geez, when things go back to normal, like, where am I gonna get this time? Like, I guess, like, especially the fact that all I really, like, the past 2 semesters, all there is to do, because in lockdown, all there was is to do school. So I kind of just put all my time towards school and kind of forgot about other things. So now thinking, like, when we get back to regular things, like, yeah, I don't know if the grades are gonna change or if the time skills are really gonna have to manage my time a lot better. But it'll be interesting when it happens again.
What kind of engineering are you going into, man? What are you taking on?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering. And
yeah,
where did that field of study, the interest in that field of study come from? Is that something that's in your background in terms of family, or you just decided that's something you wanted to do?
Yeah, my brother, he's done his master's in civil engineering. So kind of got the idea from that. Like, I've always liked science and physics or whatever coming out of high school. So I kind of like, okay, I'll go in the engineering direction. And then when like your first year, you kind of get a sample of all the different departments. Yeah. And then just civil was the most appealing to me, and I've enjoyed it the most so far. So that looks to be the goal.
You're a heck of an athlete. Let's talk athletics here. You're a heck of an athlete. You're 6'5". You were a basketball player, center, I believe. Why did you choose football over basketball?
I think I just had the most potential in football. Like I would say I was equally good at both of them in high school, and then and then the next level, just football had the opportunities for me there, and given my size and frame, it would just seem like that was definitely the right path to go.
Yeah. You came out of high school as the Defensive Player of the Year in Winnipeg, 2016 Defensive Player of the Year. You had a heck of a freshman year. I think you started 6 of the 8 games, very impactful with a bunch of different stats. What do you remember about that freshman year? Because you just said you were an engineering student too. That's a little lot to take in there, buddy. Yeah,
it was definitely a rough first semester. Like, definitely didn't have the study skills and time management coming out of high school. Kind of, you know, I feel like as most high school kind of goes, you can get by with it, but then definitely engineering and all that. I had to really kind of, after the first semester and grades and all that, really whipped me into shape. But I definitely was able to focus more on football than school in that first semester, and then now I've been able to sort of balance the both.
Yeah. So you're 6'5". You can't teach size, so that's one good thing. And I imagine that's pretty good in terms of batting footballs down and impeding the quarterback's view. But what else would be a strength of your game, Cole?
I'm athletic for my size. Like, I carry my weight very well. Like right now I'm like right around 300, but I feel like I was still able to move as I was when I was 280 or so. So definitely just my athletic ability from always playing basketball and just being pretty quick on my feet and agile and all that.
6'5", 300 pounds. A guy by the name of David Onyemata goes from Manitoba to the NFL, New Orleans Saints fame. Does Cole Adamson have that kind of dream to make it to the NFL? And obviously the Bisons would be, what's on the radar for NFL teams now?
Yeah, well, definitely. Like he definitely paved the way for that dream, and he's just showing how successful he is now coming from this program, and how like such big things he's doing in the NFL right now. He's one of like the top interior linemen. So obviously, I don't know who wouldn't dream to play in the NFL if that's within the reach. Definitely striving for that. But even CFL, I'd love to make it. Either one, just to play professional football would be an awesome thing.
Yeah, great. Both leagues are great. And with regard to that, Cole, you deferred your draft year. What's the reasoning behind that?
Biggest thing was just because I suffered a pretty serious foot injury in that 2019 season, which required I had to get surgery. I had to get screws put in and removed and all that. So, and then the pandemic delayed my surgery a bit, the second surgery. And so then just the rehab. So I just wanted to make sure, you know, it was kind of a bit of a blessing how football was put on hold. So then I could just really not rush things. So things are looking really good now with the foot. And then just, I don't know, I just thought it'd be better to be able to have a season, have some film, whatever, going into the draft year, just to increase my my opportunity in the draft.
What was the foot injury and how did you hurt it?
It was a Liz Frank injury. It's not very common. It's like a torn ligament in the foot and one of the joints, and it was again week 6 against Sask. I was on kick return, one of like the last plays of the game, and I was like lead blocking in the wedge, and I was making a block, and somebody fell on my foot, and just it was just like a phantom injury. It didn't really seem anything, and then turned out it was more serious than it was.
And in terms of the rehab, everything's been going well. And you know, I talked to other big guys. The one thing they want to work on, you can't teach size, but when you're big, if you have footwork and you're big, that's a key.
Yeah, a lot of weight goes to that foot. So no, rehab has been going well. I've been consistent with it ever since the injury or whatever, and so I've got nothing but time so far up until now. So I've been really focusing on it, making sure everything's going well and not stressing it too much and all that. So definitely promising now, ready to get back into it.
All right, Cole, thanks for this, man. I appreciate it. Hoping to see you on the field in 2021.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Here with Rams quarterback Sawyer Buettner. Are you in a cabin or what is that, man?
I actually get this a lot on some of my Zoom classes too. People like think I'm in the woods or in a cabin, but this is just the interior of my house in Moose Jaw. So it's like 95% wood. So I like it. So
that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah. Man. So you are back home playing football. How does that feel after being away in Ottawa?
Yeah, it feels good. Kind of get some normalcy. Obviously, haven't been able to be back on the field playing some actual games, but hopefully in the fall here we can do that. So I think that's what will hit me the most. But it's definitely been good to be home and be around some familiar faces. I'm excited about hopefully getting on the field and playing in front of family and friends again. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
So talk about that. How important was that in your decision to come back this way?
Yeah, it was important. I think I knew the deal going on to Ottawa. Obviously, my parents came out to a few games, but I knew that that they wouldn't be at every game, and that was definitely different. Whether we won or lost, sometimes coming off the field, everybody else is kind of, and I was used to that too, kind of going and seeing your family after the game, and for myself, a lot of times there wasn't really any family or friends there, which was different. But again, I knew that going in, so yeah, it's something I definitely missed and something I'm looking forward to doing again.
So you did get on the field a little bit here in the off season. How did you find it with the offense? How do you feel you fit into things here?
Yeah, it was really fun. Obviously, the first day is kind of like my first day of school. Getting used to a different system, and obviously, I knew a lot of the players. And I knew basically all the coaches from previous experiences in high school and whatever. But it was definitely stuff to get used to. But it was fun. I thought I played pretty well. I definitely a lot of good running backs and receivers to throw with, and just getting on the field and getting used to the systems and the concepts that Mark's put together has been fun. I knew it would be, because obviously that's kind of what the Rams are known for. But to get out there on the field and actually do it was lots of fun. So
you come in, Josh Donnelly's a guy that had a pretty good first year as the starting quarterback for the Rams. Where does Sawyer Buettner fit in? Have they told you? Are you competing for number one? What's the deal here?
Yeah, I think we're competing. I think Mark's kind of made that known throughout all the position groups. Josh is obviously a great player, a great guy. We have a good relationship. But yeah, we're pushing each other every day on the field, and I think that's the way it should be. Obviously he has experience, I have experience, so I think having guys like that in the quarterback room, you have to have multiple guys like that. And I think everybody knows that. It's not, you're lucky when one guy can play the whole season. You're going to need a few guys in the bullpen ready to go. So I think we have that, and we have a great quarterback room. And it's been fun. We've been treating each other well, but also at the same time, we know that we're competing to get on the field. And I'll be lying here if I sit to you and saying no, I'm okay with just kind of coming in and not playing. No, obviously I want to be in the field. Josh wants to be in the field. The rest of the quarterbacks want to be in the field, and that's what you need, or else you're going to have a complacent room, which isn't good. So yeah.
You're like a 60-year-old man, just judging by your house there. So so what did you do in the pandemic besides football? Like, did you learn any like games like backgammon or anything?
Yeah, you know, I think all my buddies and stuff, we kind of had like, I mean, some people had goals of like they were gonna read a bunch of books, and I had a goal. I wanted to try and learn how to play the harmonica because I have one. I never really, so I tried that for a couple of weeks and it got a little boring. I think I played like Piano Man like 3 times, and then I kind of got tired of playing that. So yeah, I read a lot. I've been working out hard and getting in good shape, and you know, like I said, just trying to stay busy. Now it's kind of like, hopefully there's kind of like an end in sight, and so like I said, now I think everybody's kind of focused to getting on the field, which has been good. But yeah, other than that, like, you know, hanging out, watching.
You guys could have a band, because Boersma, I just talked to him. He started playing guitar.
Oh really? I didn't know that. Well, there we go.
He bought himself a guitar when he went back to Guelph. So you and Boersma could you could be like, you know, you're playing the harmonica and I need a singer.
Yeah, that could be good. I mean, the guitar player is definitely a lot more popular than the harmonica guy, so I'd probably be back row, which would be okay with me. So
who'd be the lead singer in that band? If like not between you two, but who could you get on the team as the lead singer of your harmonica / guitar band?
I haven't heard. The only guy, like my buddy McGuire Abel, who I grew up with from Moose Jaw, plays on the team. Great guy. Yeah. I've heard him sing a bit. Like, he's not very good, but he works hard. So I think, you know, I think I could talk to him. Maybe he can work on his vocals a little bit, but we'll see.
That's awesome. Hey, Sawyer, thanks for this. I hope we can see you on the field in Ram colors to wrap up your career. I appreciate this.
For sure. Thanks a lot.
Well, that puts the wraps on week number 2 here in our CanWest Top 50 show, coming to you from the Regina Sports Performance Center. Want to thank my production assistant, Eric Cox, for his great work behind the camera. I'm your host, Michael Ball. Make sure you tune in next week as we roll along to see who's the best player in the CanWest Football Conference.